Welcome to Real at Midnight, a podcast where we uncork and unwind. I'm Gao.
I'm Pahul.
And I'm Jessica.
Hope you all are doing well. So as we mentioned in the previous episode, this week we will have some special guests with us tonight. But before we introduce them, we want to share with you all what we're drinking for today's episode. And for those of you who don't have a drink in hand, pause the episode and go grab one. Okay, so tonight we are having a wine called Agitator. And it is a Cabernet Sauvignon wine that has been aged in a bourbon barrel. Just to let you guys all know, all these wines that we are drinking are not sponsored.
All right, and for today's episode, you will be getting a break from us. Isn't that wonderful? Just kidding. We've invited the rest of our RAM team to lead today's episode. The RAM team consists of us, your hosts, and of course, our hubbies and friends. Since you all have already heard the three of us talk about our love languages, we thought that maybe you might enjoy hearing the guys' perspective and how they play a role in their daily relationships. We'll pass the mics on over to the RAM team members who work extremely hard behind every episode. So grab a glass and enjoy, and we'll talk to y'all next week.
All right, so my name is Va. I am married to Gao, if you guys are wondering. And I am the sound engineer for the RAM team.
Hi, my name is Singy Her. I'm single, and I am the makeup person for the group, but also alcohol provider too, part-time.
Hey guys, my name is Sam Lee. I'm single, and I am one of the photographers for the RAM group.
Hey guys, I'm TK, stands for Tonku. I'm married to Pahua, one of the hosts, and I am the photographer, videographer, editor, kind of just content guy for the RAM team.
Hi, everyone. My name is Tujer. I am married to Jessica, which is also one of the other co-hosts. What's my role with the team? I'm just an extra hand, I guess. I mean, I'm kind of part of the photographer or video team, but I'm just kind of like the extra guy to kind of help.
They call you the flex guy.
Yeah, sure.
The muscle.
Yep.
All right, so next up, we're going to talk about the 5 love languages that we have. It's part of a test that the ladies had us take so that we can figure out our love languages. There are 5 love languages. One is receiving gifts, words of affirmation, quality time, acts of service, physical touch. And we're going to guess each other's and go on from there. So I guess we can start off with me. What do you guys think are my 2 top love languages? I guess we could go down the road and see what your reasons are.
Oh, that's a tough one.
All right, so
I can go first.
Yeah.
So I think Va's main one would probably be words of affirmation. That's his main one, and the second one will probably be quality time. I think. No, the second one.
Okay.
I think it's quality time because the reason why I picked him for Va is because Va is very, what do you call it? He talks a lot. Like he has high vocabulary. Likes to express himself through words. He argues points here and there. True. Gets point across. Because people like to project. So saying that's how he knows that's how he likes to feel love. So that's how he expresses it. I'm assuming.
Oh.
But, so then quality time just because all the other ones don't really fit. So
You had to name 2, right?
It's just the best one.
it's the default.
Second
place.
All right.
Good point.
Yeah.
Do you guys want to have everybody say mine, or should we just...
I think we should all say yours. So focus on one at a time.
Yeah. I'm going to have to say, the same thing. Words of affirmation. You said words of affirmation for the first one. I think, like what you just said about Va. I think that's pretty pinpoint. And then my second one, just because you said quality time, I'll say acts of service. Because honestly, I don't know if the other ones. Quality time is there. Yes, Yeah, I think I'm going to say acts of service, and honestly, I don't know how to explain why, but I
Just in your gut.
think so. In my gut, yeah, it's acts of service.
You go with your feelings.
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of agree on that too, though. I think the main one might be acts of service, though, because Fa gets called on to do a lot. So I mean,
That's true.
Oh,
He,
yeah.
not a lot of people do things for him. So
Yeah.
He said it for me.
he might crave that kind of thing.
Oh, so
Yeah.
so that's your main one, but that was your second one.
That was my second one.
okay.
My first
Okay.
one was words of affirmation.
Yeah, I think for me, I'm kind of like TK, where I think Vi is more like a acts of service, and then the second one would be words of affirmation for sure. Yeah, because he does a lot of things for people, and like just his, I guess my opinion, because he's kind of like the guy who would kind of like to talk a lot whenever we're gatherings. He's always doing speeches and stuff.
Really? Oh, yeah.
So like
That's very true. Yeah.
so when I'm pretty sure like or maybe it's my opinion, like he might like it when someone's like, oh yeah, you're really good at talking, you're really good at doing this, you're
Like, come here, let me talk to you for a second.
yeah, like what he does, like people will kind of like praise him for that, so,
Yeah.
Hold on, before
there
you
go.
review, you're finished, right?
yeah, I'm good.
Okay, before you reveal it though, let's do a side bet. So the losers, will drink. But
Okay, so we just been in the top one. Or
yeah,
top?
top one. Yeah.
Top one.
Okay.
All right.
All right, reveal yourself.
Actually, my top one is receiving gifts.
We were not even close.
Yeah, surprised me too.
That wasn't even on the list.
And then my second one is words of affirmation.
There we go.
We got one.
Yeah.
So when I got that receiving gifts is my first one. I was like, what's?
I would have never guessed that.
That's so far from your character.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think you just like.
No, I'm just kidding.
I think
know
you
what
like
you could see for
receiving
your
gifts. Those from you. Buying yourself
I
gifts.
don't know, maybe. It's probably just the limited amount of questions that they ask.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Because
Yeah.
Repetitive.
who doesn't like gifts? I like gifts because when they're like, I'd rather receive a gift other than
A gift or a
question.
hug. Or like
Yeah.
Gold digger.
a gift or
Spending
this other thing.
yeah, do something. I'm like, I don't want to do that. I'd rather get a gift.
Well, your birthday's coming up. I know what to get you now.
A gift.
Something. Something.
just something.
I was just gonna give you some words on a card.
and then
It'll be a speech.
and then actually my bottom one is physical touch. So
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah,
receiving gifts is number one. Words
Sounds
of
right.
affirmation, quality time, acts of service, and then physical touch.
How high is that? The first two percentages. Is it like way outstanding?
Yeah. Well, receiving gifts is 27. Words of affirmation is 23.
Oh, a bit close. What about the other three? Are they pretty low?
Yeah. Physical touch is 13%.
Oh,
Yeah. So
interesting.
yeah. All right. So who wants to be next?
I guess we keep going in that order, the clockwise order.
Alright,
so
so
it
TK,
could be me
TK,
next.
you're up.
Nice. All right. I got some notes here, actually. Let me go to it.
Oh wow. Took notes and everything.
Okay, so I think your main one is probably touch. That's probably your main one. Okay, and your second one is probably your time, probably, because you don't give that one a lot. You use your time wisely, probably. That's your second one. But the reason why I pick your first one is touch is because you be touching everybody. Well, like that means a lot to our parents, every time you're over, when you see them, you hug them. I don't hug them, but you hug them. You hug them to their.
Just in case you guys don't know,
sometimes.
She and TK are brothers.
Oh yes, I'm his older brother.
Yeah, maybe because we sound alike too.
But then when you see us, you might get us mixed up. We're not even a year apart, and we look almost like
They
twins.
look like twins. They
Yeah,
look
that's what we get.
exactly
But
like.
I mean,
People that know us, they see the difference. We don't even look like brothers sometimes. Just kidding.
One of y'all's ugly and one of y'all's handsome. Guess which one is which?
I'm the
I'm just
handsome one.
kidding.
Well, damn.
One's married, one's not.
Yeah.
Take a guess.
Sorry, let's backtrack it.
Those words hurt.
I'm just kidding.
Really, words of affirmation. This one.
Of course, that's just the main one. But of course, I observe, touch, other people too. Like you put your hand on like your wife's leg. When you're trying to get a point across. Like when I'm in the back car, you guys be holding hands while driving, or like you just randomly put your hand on her knee. Like, bro, that's kind of weird.
Okay.
But just my opinion. All right.
Nice. Next.
I think your first one is acts of service, and second one is words of affirmation. I just think that you value your time, and someone who's given their time to help you, you highly value that, and you value that as well. And of course, who doesn't like words of affirmation? So, like, good job today.
Nice.
For your first one, I'm gonna have to say words of affirmation, because when you hear like good stuff like talked about you or mentioned about you, I feel like that like really gives you hope, like it builds you up more. And I feel like on those good days, you're more like, you got a better grip of yourself, and like where everyone's being good, having a better vibe, I guess you could per se, and then like they really start talking to you, if that makes any sense. Oh my gosh. And then my second one would probably be quality time. Just sense that having that quality time with the people you love, and I think you value that much, or a lot, and so I think that would be your second one.
Nice.
Yeah, I think for me, TK, I think I'd have to agree with the quality time. I think you're a guy that likes to be efficient with your time, and you like to set times to do certain things. Like, for example, if we're going fishing, man. But then, if there's days where you got to run errands or you got to do stuff, then you do it with Pahoa, So I feel like that's probably my number one pick for you. And then number two, I would have to say act of service, I would say. I think you'd probably appreciate it if Pahoa does something to kind of like alleviate your stress or your tasks, that you have to do for the day, Like, I think you'd appreciate that. So.
Taking that from the quiz, right? Remember those words.
That was one of the questions.
Right.
So let's see. Let's recap for everybody's. So singing, yours was
My main one for you was touch.
And then Tujer, you said time.
Yes.
And then
Mine is acts of service.
acts of service.
Mine was words of affirmation.
Oh,
And that's like all of them,
Oh
dude.
wow.
All right, one of us is drink.
one of
us is safe, actually.
Yeah.
one of us is safe.
One of you guys.
Or
was-
maybe we might.
all people.
Yeah.
It's receiving gifts. No, I'm just kidding. My main one is quality time.
Nice.
Okay. All right. I'll drink of that.
Oh,
My
my
second one. That was my
Cheers up,
second one.
guys.
Cheers,
Yeah.
guys. Those losers.
And then my second one was physical touch.
Okay.
So you actually had a flip, Singy.
Oh yeah. I knew. I mean,
Wow, you're pretty close.
your percentage is probably almost neck and neck. I'm assuming, right?
Yeah, 29% quality time, 26% physical,
Nice.
19% acts of service,
Dang.
16% words of affirmation, and
I'm wrong, man.
10%
I'm wrong
gifts.
Bottom three.
Yeah.
I like words of affirmation. It's just not as much.
Yeah, that's probably also the questions are asked.
Yeah.
It could be too, yeah, because maybe they just weren't asked in the right scenarios.
Yeah,
They weren't
Yeah.
compared to the right options.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And you guys are brothers, so you guys
Yeah.
probably
pretty accurate.
are closer to each other.
Yeah.
Yeah, and plus he
got
probably
lucky.
sees more than you guys do.
Observing you more.
Yeah. More observant.
Singing probably
compared to
observes
us.
me more.
Yeah. All right, whose turn is it now?
Sam.
Guessing Sam's.
All right, fellas, let's go.
All right.
You guys got this.
Should we guess in the same order?
No.
Whoever
well,
wants.
singing,
I'll
yeah.
start first
ahead.
last time, right?
Yeah, singing started.
Okay, so I think Sam's is quality time, because this dude, for the primary one, because I don't really see any of them being as strong. He likes to spend his time with a lot of people, so that probably means a lot. Like, he expresses it in that way. I mean, if you're nobody, he's not gonna come hang out.
I can see that. I can
The
see that.
second one is probably gonna be I'm gonna say it's gonna be words, because words, I think are pretty powerful with him. So, because how you're gonna express your true feelings, right? I think he's a lover boy, I think. So, yeah.
All right. Yeah, I think for me, I'd have to say for sure 'cause the quality time. I know Sam is a very busy guy, even though he's single. If you guys don't know, but he's very involved in the community. He's what do you call that in the English? What does he do?
Volunteer.
He's a ticling. So translating to English, that is Sam.
So
How do you explain
the
that?
English word for ping, or it's just a ping is a Hmong instrument. If you guys didn't know, and in English it's it's called a Hmong windpipe, instrument or something along those lines, and basically what the job.
Yeah, just kind of like the job. What do you do?
So I'm very involved within the Hmong community. You know, during the weekends, if there is ever like funerals or whatnot, I like to go out and help support their family, make sure that you know, the person or the individual is properly sent to, you know, to heaven or wherever they're trying to get into or to reincarnate and whatnot. And so you know, that's something that I deem very important and or very very important to me. So
So with that said, then like you guys could tell, like he's a very busy guy. Every weekend he's probably doing something, or maybe every other weekend. So I would have to say like quality time for sure, and then secondly, physical touch. It's my guess.
It's just a guess.
I don't know. I'm just gonna guess that one.
Another gut, right? Like, I just feel it, bro.
All right. I guess I will go along the same line as the Singy. I think Sam's first one is quality time. Also along the same lines what Singy said. He likes, if you're somebody that he likes, or he respects, he'll spend time with you. If not, he's not going to waste his time with you.
It's like almost word for word.
So, and 2, words of affirmation. I feel like everybody could use some words of affirmation. Like,
That's like
word for word.
real.
all right.
Paraphrasing, yeah.
Well, I have to agree with everybody. 'Cause quality time for sure. Because, I mean, you dip your toes into pretty much so many different facets of things. You know, like snowboarding, lots of sports. You try to go fishing here and there. That got kind of pushed out this year. Filmmaking, taking photos, photography. You do that a lot. You've been trying to expand that. Making time for the podcast, making time for friends, making time for, you know, other leisurely activities or commitments. You know, that's very important to you, especially when you had hunting time too, because you were out like all the time.
Yeah.
Other than that, maybe acts of service.
Okay.
Just because I didn't
I got a
want to.
feeling.
Yeah. I mean, like I did. The other ones really didn't fit too much.
All right.
All right, so my love language is word of affirmation. I received a 33% on that one.
Wow,
Yeah, that's really high.
that's your highest one. Huh?
That's my highest.
I called that second one a game, man. Dave.
And then my second one was physical touch with the.
Yes.
there you go.
Got him.
There you go, TJ.
Got one.
Damn.
And then quality time and acts of service was 20%, and then the last one was receiving gifts with the 3%. 3%.
Dang, that is low, man.
I know what I'm getting you for Christmas.
I want your quality time.
I'm giving you
that's
words.
it. Yeah, words.
You know what the president? I am the president. I'm your friend. Our friendship is the present.
Pop out of a present box. Surprise!
Surprise!
And then start like tickling them.
Nasty. All right.
Should you like explain why you think those are your main ones?
Words of affirmation. I don't know. I'm a person that like really likes to like please, you know, and so whenever I do something and I usually like to hear like, oh man, you're doing a good job, or like, hey, you know what, you know, good job, and so like, and this could go, you know, all over the place, but you know how I had mentioned like I like to support family, and you know on the weekends I like to do my volunteer services, like helping families out and helping like the Hmong community, and having them like say, oh, you know, thank you so much, and like that really makes me feel like, oh, you know, I'm doing a good job, like I'm doing my part in as a Hmong man, you know. So like simple stuff like that really makes me feel complete. So I think that's probably my number one. The other ones, honestly, I did not think physical touch would be my second one. Very honest. I don't know. I don't know.
I mean, that's what Tujer said too, right? Like, he didn't know. He just good feeling.
Yeah, just got a feeling.
I think you gotta be
Touch
the
sometimes.
top for like 2 people so far, haven't you? For TK and Sam, right?
Yeah. You got the second. No, he had the number one.
That's what I'm saying. He picked the first one for you and you, right? Your primaries.
I don't remember. What you guys go with?
Whatever.
I think you went to quality time.
For you.
No, for Sam.
Oh, for Sam. Oh, yeah.
you
I
went
did.
quality
I did.
time too.
Yeah.
Oh, y'all did that. Okay.
Yeah.
Never mind
And then affirmation.
Well, no, all four of us went quality time.
Yeah.
Quality time.
As far
words of
as-
affirmation.
Yeah. Where's the
we all
affirmation?
drinking then, right?
Yeah.
Seriously?
I've been drinking, dude. I'm kind of low. Right?
I mean, like, I was drinking my wine, though.
So I'm going to say you are a acts of service person and you are a quality time. I'd say quality time too. You know, you're kind of like Sam a little bit where like if you don't value that person or you don't value their time, you're probably not going to be there for them. that's what you're always saying to us. You're like, oh, if I don't care about guys, I won't be there. So
Did I say that? I don't want to say that.
Paraphrase. He's paraphrasing.
yeah. I
I'm
mean,
saying that's what I really mean.
yeah. Like whenever saying he's like, oh yeah, I'll be there for you guys, whatever. Then that really means that he values our time. So that's why I say quality time for sure for you.
Nice,
Yeah.
nice.
All right. I think your number one is quality time. Because every time you get invited to some place, you're always like, if you say you'll be there, you'll be there. Even if you're hitting up 3 places a night. So I think quality time.
Oh,
So
yeah.
you're going to spend time with people you appreciate. And let's see. I don't know. I'm going to go off the block here and just say receiving gifts is number 2. I don't know. And once you receive
I was
gifts,
gonna say that one.
and then, you just haven't been met with your love language. I don't know,
I thought you were going to say the same thing you did for the words of affirmation. Anyone loves
deserves
gifts. Everyone deserves gifts. I thought you were going to say that.
Everyone loves gifts.
I'm just saying that because I got receiving gifts as my number 1. Like,
That's
I like
true.
the way
That
out
is
of
very
the-
true.
that's way out of the.
That is very true.
That's left field for me. Only.
Yeah.
So, yeah. All right.
For me, I think. Well, I'll just say the first 2. I can't really decide which one would be number 1, but it would be words of affirmation and quality time. I think you're more leaning towards word of affirmation for your first one because you're always gonna fuck with the people that click with you more. Like have the same convos, have the same kind of ideologies. You hang out with like people of all sorts of colors though. And that kind of dips into like the number 2, the quality time, because you don't fuck with people that you don't know. You fuck with people that you love or you want to hang out with, you want to spend your time with. Even if you have like a 20-day party or a 20 party day.
Party.
It's crazy. But
That's an intense party.
a day with like 20 parties, right? Like you would always try to make time, even like a little bit for each. If not a little bit, then the ones that pertain to you the closest in like friendship value or like love value, who you care about the most, you would make time for. Yeah, I think that matches you well.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with what they had said too. My first one is quality time for you too, because like you never have a dull moment. Like you never have a moment. I feel like you never have a moment to yourself, and like you're always busy, always outgoing, always like I got this, I got that going on for me. I'm busy tonight, or like with like, and what they said, what everyone said about like, if you don't care about them, then you wouldn't hit them up, and so. And so I know like when you're out and going about, you always invite me out too, and so you care about the people or the people that really matter to you. You want to have a good time with them as well. And so you invite only the folks that you think is going to have like a good time and that's going to click it with everything. Just have a good time, bomb time. So I'm going to say quality time as your number 1. And just because, everybody else said the other ones, I'm going to say physical touch. So,
To get all the basics.
yeah, to get all the basics. There you go.
Nice. All right. To reveal my main one. Actually, this is pretty much neck and neck. So, I mean, if you got either one, that's good. But the main one, though, by 3% is acts of service.
Wow.
We didn't guess
33, well, he guessed it. But 30% acts of service, 30% quality time.
Hey.
So the reason why
Nice. I got one.
the reason why I think acts of service is number 1 for me is because I guessed this order. Like my top 3, I guessed it in order already. So it was acts of service, quality time, and then physical touch. Before I took the test, I was like, yeah, it's probably gonna be these. Because I value action more than words. And then because if you say you're gonna show, of course you guys know I go to parties a lot, so I call you up like, hey, yo, let's go hang out. They say, okay, cool, I'm down for this time, and they're not nowhere, you know. So then I value action over words, but then that goes on to number 2, quality time, because time is your most valuable commodity. You know, you can't get it back no matter what. So once it's gone, it's gone. So, yep. And then physical touch is because it's probably more stronger than the other ones.
Hey,
So
that was my second one. Yeah.
because physical touch is because, you know, I reserve that for my closest people. Like, I don't touch anybody. So
That's funny. I don't like people touching me.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't
different,
like being
yeah.
touched unless like you know, they're very close, and of course I'll show them the same love if they're very close too. So if I like touch you, like hug you, whatever, yeah, it's a lot. It's a big deal. The fourth one will be words of affirmation at 13%, because just like I said the first time, you know, words I don't really value too much, just because I value actions over words. So you know, some words I feel like it's kind of empty. So like compliments, you know, we're guys, we don't get complimented too much. So of course when we get it, it's pretty nice. Sure, like if I get complimented, shit, that compliment's gonna sit in my head for like a month. Damn, this chick thought I looked good. But you know,
All right.
but then you know, of course, 3% is gift giving, because
3? Wow.
yeah, because I mean, if I wanted it, I would have bought it myself. So my opinion.
Okay.
Yeah.
Word.
I like that.
All right. So, Tujers.
For Toolger, let me look at my notes.
You know, this guy did his homework. Yeah.
All right, so for Toolger, right? I think your main one's probably gifts, because man, I see you, man. You splurge, bro. You buy stuff for yourself, it's top end or not even going to go. So your canoe, that's your top of the line, hella lightweight. You and your wife can carry it. Damn, I was like, damn, your wife help you carry that?
Man, it was top line canoe, man.
Yeah,
So
like,
it was
it's
top line
It's
canoe.
top line canoe. Now
yeah.
that no, she's not gonna have any trouble carrying.
That's what I'm
She
saying.
can carry it by herself if you want to. Yeah.
Damn, stronger than me. But then, like, your first year fishing too, you spent more than me my whole life. Fishing, bro. Come on. Yeah, true. Then your second one, shit, I'm thinking your second one's time, because, I don't think you come out too much. Like, that's just like, you focus on your time, you prioritize your time very, just like you said with TK, like you like put out your time very specific. It's very focused, which is good. I respect that.
Mine's actually the opposite. I think quality time's your number 1.
You said that like for
Everyone, I think.
Everyone's so far.
That's what you wish yours was.
Mix it up, man. Mix it up.
Mix it up. Yeah, I think
kidding.
like you said, your quality time. I feel like you value that. You know, if it's important, you're gonna put 100% in it, and you're not gonna hit like 95. You're not gonna do 99%. You'll put 100% of your time into whatever you want to do. So I see that as your quality time. Like, you want that time to matter when you're there. And then, you know, obviously receiving gifts, like, man, you hella splurge, man.
Yeah.
All your stuff is top of the line.
Yeah.
If it's not top, then it's up there.
It's
you know?
not making it into.
So, yeah.
my first is receiving gifts. It's pretty obvious that Tuga has great things.
Jeez, guys.
But it's just not that, you know, Tuga like has like top of the line things. It's like he likes receiving items that, you know, affirm his love or his care, you know.
Yeah, like all the stuff you give Jessica, like, those are top of the line stuff too. You ain't gonna
Heck yeah.
you
That's
gonna jip on her.
Exactly, yeah. And like receiving gifts, I think it kind of goes both ways. Like, you know, like you giving gifts and receiving
Yeah.
gifts. You know?
It's like, you know, you're gifting all this top line stuff to her. What? Because you love her or something, bro?
right. Like,
We'll come back around to that later.
Yeah, we'll come back on that.
So y'all, everyone, wait. Just wait.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that in a little bit. But continue. Sorry.
And then like for me, like, yeah, gifts for sure. Because like you think about the quality of the item, if it's worth it, if it can last long, if it's durable, if it can have real like quality and longevity.
If it's worth his time, right?
With that's a good one. Yeah. And then time. I'm stuck on your second one for time or acts of service, and I'll explain both. So, quality time. Yes, you do portion out your time, your days. You have, you know, things that are important that take priority. Dude, you even like do work and do your notes at like, you know, off hours. You make sure that that's done before you even hang out. Sometimes you bring your laptop to hang out, finish up, hang out, and then do a second finish up, you know? And so I could really tell that quality time is very important to you. Quality time in general is important to you. Acts of service is pretty great. I think you look at that and value that too. Like things aren't panning out right. You need help with your car. You would need help, some acts of service to fix issues, have tasks taken care of, you know. Maybe even like around the house, like if Jessica picked up here and there. I think it's important.
Okay.
For me, for my first one, I'm gonna say receiving gifts. If we didn't know already or haven't heard by now, I think, you receive a lot of high quality stuff, or you buy a lot of high quality stuff for you and both your wife. And my second one, I'm gonna have to go with acts of service, because you, like what TK said, you as a case manager, you invest a lot of time in trying to make sure that everyone's always having their needs met and whatnot. So yeah, and if you reciprocate that, I would only imagine that you would like that back toward you too. So.
Okay.
Hold up. Let me change my answer.
We can do that. This is a first. We can do that.
I'm changing my number 2 actually, because I just remembered in your other podcast, you went up to Jessica while she was sleeping. You whispered, "I love you, babe."
From this.
So I'll change my number 2 to
Did I do that?
Oh, words.
affirmation. Oh,
It's funny because I was also thinking words. Yeah.
I'm thinking number 2's words.
So what was your first one? Your first one was receiving gifts.
Yeah.
Receiving gifts. I'm actually.
I changed my number 2 from time to
Interesting.
words. Yeah. But hopefully I didn't make the wrong move here.
Actually, no. I think that's the right move, because I might change mine.
All right. I might change mine too after you say that.
So
Don't follow me. This is like stocks, bro. Don't do it.
so mine's a different reasoning for words of affirmation, because Tujer often comes to us to ask for advice. So our words really, back up his confirm his
his decision.
Okay.
confirms his decision, backs up his thoughts.
He appreciates our opinion.
He very appreciates our opinion, and takes it to heart. He would. Well, he doesn't take it to heart. He
Of course, he takes it.
Takes it to consideration.
yes, he takes it to consideration.
Here we go.
And he really plays off of our opinions,
Our
and then uses that to back his own thoughts up. Yeah.
Oh.
I'm not gonna change it.
I'm just gonna keep it. Yeah.
I'm gonna change it, but I'm not gonna say it.
Yeah.
All right.
Wow, you guys are very thoughtful. Thank you for the kind words.
Words. Darn it.
All right, I'm just gonna have to start off that I got 0% in receiving gifts. So you guys are all wrong there.
What answer you usually say was mine if you want it by yourself, right?
But yeah, exactly, exactly. If I wanted it, then I would just get it myself.
That's why it's so quality. Yeah.
That's the total opposite of receiving it.
Yeah. Like I'm not too
Gives.
He gives.
Yeah,
the receiver.
well, I'm not too materialistic, so I don't care.
I guess that makes sense because
if I get stuff or not.
Yeah, you don't get stuff.
I guess it makes sense because I think these love languages
just
are how you
receive stuff.
receive love, whereas
buys
you
it.
love yourself, so you buy your own gifts.
I think part of it too is that I tell Jessica this all the time too. It's like, if I wanted something, then I'd let her know, because I'm very picky. I'm very picky because you guys are talking.
Get it already.
You guys are talking about. You guys said things like I always get high end things or whatever, because that's kind of the thing for me. I want to make sure that it'll last long. It's durable. It's nice. Longevity. It's worth
sense.
my money.
Technically, that is the best
your
buy
time.
too,
Yeah. Money,
because
time.
over time it's about the price.
You're not
how many times you use
rebuying.
it. Yeah,
You're not
over
buying
time is
it.
better.
Yeah.
Like look, if you buy like a GoPro Hero 3 and it breaks like 5-8 8 times, you had to buy more.
Right.
So might as
I'd
well just
rather
buy, like,
get the
the
best
better-
one,
best
you know?
one.
Yeah.
Shit.
Or the near best.
At the time, I bought the best one, the Hero 4.
And then we lost it in the
at
way.
the-
I feel kind of sad too.
At the time.
I bought the 8 and then bam, the 9 came out. Dude.
Yeah.
At the time, it was the top line. Okay.
All right, what's your second one?
All right, my second one is.
Wait, what? No.
Oh no, I didn't even say.
didn't say the first one.
My
that's
first
right.
one.
He said his worst.
Yeah,
My worst one. I
last
got it all wrong. My first one is physical touch.
Whoa!
37% physical touch.
okay.
So it's pretty high.
Very high.
I'm heterosexual, man.
All right.
Only thing I do is I just shake your hand, man. You know, when I greet you.
All right. Number two.
But anyway, and then number 2 is, let me look at my list. It's quality times. I think some of you guys were right on that.
Oh,
Man,
I knew it.
So I think we all lost.
Yeah, we all lost.
I knew I should have changed it.
Yeah, cheers to that.
Actually, what's the rest of your percentage? Let's see.
Oh yeah, I'll tell you guys.
How far is
37.
the spread?
Oh, kind of. So 37% physical touch, 30% quality time, 23% acts of service, 10% words of affirmation, and then 0% receiving gifts.
Big spread.
Dang.
Nice.
All right, so
I would have never.
So it's the most love we can get from Tujer is a handshake.
Maybe a hug, maybe a hug, a pat in the back,
if he does it though,
And of course,
a fist bump.
he does it to us.
and when he's
Maybe.
really angry, he probably like try to fight you. He loves you. Not then.
I love you, man. I love you, man.
all right.
Right hook. Love you.
Moving on.
Hurts me more than you.
How do you feel about your results? Do you agree? Do you disagree?
I can go first. I mean, I totally agree. Just like I said, I predicted it before I took it too. So
Cool.
yeah.
I think mine was pretty accurate because I'm pretty anal about time.
Pretty what?
Anal about time.
No. That's what I thought you said.
Once I try to set a goal, like I almost like obsess about it. Like I have to get there at this time. If I don't get there, then it ruins my day. It ruins my mood. Like if I set like a time, like okay, in an hour, like we gotta get out of here and like go to like for instance like podcast night. And if we're even like 5 minutes late, like I'm like rushing on the highway, like I need to get there. Like I gotta beat freaking Google Maps. Like I gotta get there. Time commitments are pretty important to me, so I could definitely see why that came up for my number one. The second one was physical touch, and yes, I am very physical. Hug my parents. Yeah, I mean, like just to like when we're even having conversations or talking, like me, Poho, like I don't know why, but like to affirm like some conversations that we have, like the hand on the knee thing. Yeah, that
To make a point, like
happens.
this is pretty
This is
You're in
how it should
trouble.
be.
Or like
Don't question me.
Don't question me.
like I think the only time I don't like physical touch is when I'm sleeping, I guess, because like I run off really hot. So like I said, I get really steamy, really hot, really like sweaty, and I run hot. So I mean, Paul would complain that I don't cuddle much when we sleep.
Because you're too hot.
Burn up, you're sweating.
I burn up.
You don't feel comfortable.
That's how you got married. You're too hot.
Yeah. And that's about it. I think it's pretty accurate. Yeah, pretty accurate.
Nice.
Cool.
Yeah, I mean, I think mine's pretty accurate. Mine was words of affirmation, and honestly, like hearing from other people saying, "Hey, you know what? Thank you," or just like, "Oh my gosh, like you're supporting us or doing this, you're doing a great job." That goes a long way for me, and it just boosts my energy up to say, "Hey, you know what? Let's keep going. Let's keep doing this. It keeps me going."
Oh, dude, when you get like really good news on like your photos and videos,
Yeah, dude.
like
Honestly,
it makes you want to put out bangers.
Exactly, dude. Like, it's the simplest stuff like this. All right. So all my videos and all my photos, like when even this, like one like on my photos or one like on my videos, like, oh man, that feels so good. All right, let's keep going. So it makes sense. I
totally forgot what we were talking about.
Do you agree with your results?
Oh yeah, I was thinking about your results. Yeah, I definitely agree with my results. Physical touch for sure. I mean, when I took the quiz, it was under the, I guess, impression or under the thought that it was just me and my wife. So like I like to show her my love for her by like letting her know that I'm there, right? So like I like to, pat her on the back. I like to put my hand, rest it on her thigh, like
hugs and
or
stuff.
hugs, that's what I like to do.
PDA.
Yeah. PDA pretty much. Yeah, and like public too. Like I like to like hold hands. I like to show that, like, hey, we're
Like,
together.
like I'm right here.
You're like I'm right here,
Of course.
Right here.
Or maybe even like receiving it, like when she grabs your hand in public or something, right?
Yeah. So
Twice, damn.
giving and receiving for physical touch. And then my second one, which was
Quality time, I
I believe
believe.
it was quality time.
Quality time.
So like kind of like what you were saying, TK. Like for me, it's like if I set my time for you, then I kind of expect you to do the same thing for me. You know,
honor that.
Yeah,
To
to
get it
honor that
done.
too. It's because like for example, like one of my pet peeves with Jessica is that like let's say I'm like okay, like let's watch a movie together, right? Or maybe she's like, oh, let's watch a movie. I'm like, cool, let's do it. Like let's set time, let's do it. And then when we do it, like if she's on her phone, I get like really irritated because I'm like, dude,
We're watching a movie.
you're watching a movie, or like, dude, this is kind of your idea. I'm setting my time for you, but now you're not even like paying attention to the movie, or like you're not even paying attention to us watching the movie, and then like later she's like, what happened? I'm like, dude,
like bro.
like bro, like dude, if you just paid attention, like you would understand what's going on,
Oh, a good question I learned is, to just say, I know as much as you do at this point.
I don't know.
So yeah, that goes into the quality time for me.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys all agree. So far, I'm the only one who doesn't agree.
What gifts, right?
Yeah, receiving gifts.
What do you think yours like? What you think it was at
Well,
first?
I thought mine would be words of affirmation or quality time. One of those two. Those are.
I think we got that right.
We guessed that right. We never.
Yeah.
That was like the last thing on our mind too.
I didn't
Honestly.
think I would get into receiving gifts. It's interesting. What I thought it would be was be words of affirmation and quality time. So, I guess I love getting gifts. I mean, if you put your time and your money into it, hey man, no problems. Because I'm not gonna spend my money on somebody else. I'll just give you like, hey, happy birthday. Maybe the meaning behind the gift.
Yeah, the meaning behind the
Not
gift.
the gift itself.
Because I think we guessed like majority words of affirmation.
Yeah.
And like maybe acts of service.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Moving on, we're gonna talk about love languages with our significant other. Question number 1: do you think it is be easier to be in a relationship where both members, share similar love languages? What do you guys think?
I mean, a part of me feels like it would be easier to, see each other's love languages. It would be more compatible in a sense. But I mean, if you both love receiving gifts, that's a lot of money.
But I think it would be easier if in a relationship you have similar love
Similar
languages.
tastes.
Yeah. For example, if you don't really like physical touch, you only do it during sex or those little moments in time. But your partner loves like to cuddle. They're always holding your hand. They're always doing that. It could be like, oh, what the
Could
hell?
kind of ruin it, right?
Yeah, like, huh. But then you wouldn't be in a relationship with them if that's such a big bother too. So maybe you compensate here and there, or if your partner loves to give them your time, but then you don't really care for that. You're like, just tell me you love me, like your words of affirmation, or something like that. Like, oh, honey, you're doing such a good job. Like maybe it would be a little harder in that aspect that where your love languages are not being met because they're so different. So
Yeah. I think if they're like so drastically different, it would definitely make it more difficult.
Yeah.
But if they're like similar, not like to the T, but close enough, where maybe like there's tolerable instances, then I think it would make it easy if they were even like closer to that point,
maybe not the same, but similar.
Yeah.
Yeah, or maybe even more similar, maybe even the same. That might push it. But I don't know. That might even make the relationship boring. Who knows?
My thinking is that, like, you know, if you have the same love language, you already know, you have the concept of like what I like, and you understand that the other person likes what you know, they have the same love language as you. So then, like, building off of what you already know about yourself, you know, and then like just shedding that on to the other person, your significant other. I feel like that just like, that's just, you know, that just gives you more advantage. I feel, you know, it shouldn't be put that way, but I feel like it's a little advantage, you know, where you can say,
dating yourself.
Yeah, you know,
It gives you a leg up.
yeah, it gives you a leg up. Like, oh, what would I like to do today? You know, well, you mean you think of your significant other, and then think back upon you, and then, you know, retrospect about it all, and I feel like that makes it easier to love each other, if that's even a word, you know.
Or
But
maybe
that's just my
even like
concept.
finding common ground.
Or yeah, oh heck yeah, you know.
Interesting.
And so, like, you know, it makes it leveling the love towards each other that much easier. So
Yeah, easier, more visible. in a
more,
way.
yeah, you know.
Yeah.
So that's just my think on it.
I was gonna say something totally different. I was gonna say like opposites attract a little bit. You know what I mean? Like for example, I think having common ground is good too, but it's kind of, for me,
Kind of boring.
like when I say opposites attract, it's kind of like, you know, like I have maybe different love languages. I know for sure I have different love languages than Jessica. For example, like I'm a physical touch kind of guy, right? So like if she's like that too, which maybe she is, because
Do you know her?
Wait, have you
Do you know her?
have you guys talked about
I
this?
think we talked about it. Guilty. I probably forgot. So I need to go talk to her again. But then, but for example, like, you know, like I like to show her like I'm there. I like to pat her. I like to, you know, cuddle her. I like to put my hand around her waist and be like, hey, I'm here, right? So like for her, I know like she likes to do that too. So she likes to be close to my proximity. She likes to be present. Around me, near me. She likes to like cuddle. And to me, sometimes it gets to the point where I'm like, girl, like give me my space, dude. You know what I mean? So like that's why I say, you know, like, you know, it's nice to have, you know, if we have different love languages.
That's
you know,
your number
like,
one love language too.
I know, right? It's kind of weird. So and then like, oh man, I totally forgot what I was gonna say, but that was why I was just saying, you know, opposites attract. I feel like if you have different qualities, then like
Too much of a good thing.
too much of one thing is
bad
too
thing.
much. Yeah, it could be bad. Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah,
Yeah.
makes sense.
So like like I think what you were trying to go there is that if Jessica also had physical touch as the number one,
It'd be too much.
yeah, it'd be too much.
Yeah, it'd be
where
too
she's
much.
always wanting to touch.
Because
Yeah.
you're not going to be at one love language the whole time. You alternate between all five.
Yeah.
Then, you know,
Yeah.
you'll be touchy feely, and then next she'll be touchy feely, but you don't want to. You know, so
Yeah.
it's on and off.
Yeah.
There's no like downtime of the energy.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you guys cooldowns are off.
There we go.
Yeah. And now, I remember now. I was gonna say the quality time. So like for example, like if I want time all the time, right? If I want her to do something, like for example, let's go fishing every weekend, you know, she's probably gonna be like, that's too much, you know, like I don't want to do that. Or maybe she's like, I want to do this every other weekend. I'm like, no, I don't want to do that, you know, like
Because she has her
it
qualities.
conflicts, you know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah.
See.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was for me, I actually agree with all you guys.
The good and the bad.
The reason why I agree with this, with you guys said the same value might be easier. Yeah, that's true. Same values are easier. Just like in life, you want a partner that has the same values, because if he has different values, it's not going to work in the long run. Over time. Then again, the odds are 1 out of 5 that you're going to match. So that's why I agree with Tutor. Opposites do attract because odds are against you. But in my opinion, it doesn't really matter because I'm single. You know, the reason why it doesn't matter is because it's all about communication. But that's where I'm different because I'm always in the honeymoon phase too. So I'm always gonna try my hardest. But I like you so much. You like me a lot.
Right.
Always to try to communicate. I'm always gonna try like read you. You know, like she like this and this. I'm gonna keep that in mind because I'm trying to impress her. You know, show her I do actually like her a lot. So I'm always in that honeymoon phase. That's why I'm saying communication is there in the beginning, and it doesn't matter what love language they are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Cool.
Oh yeah.
That's a good insight, man.
Yeah.
So I guess this question is for the married guys.
Yeah.
What does your significant other do that follow in your love languages? And I guess Singy and Sam, how do you want your future partners to express your love language to you?
We'll let you married folks talk about it first.
Let me start this. So I think she probably knows that, time management is a big pet peeve of mine. And spending quality time with me is something that I value. So she usually tries to, really put forth her best effort to participate in my hobbies and what I like to do. Fishing is one. Sometimes I fish too long, and we know I fish too long because she starts getting irritated. But I mean, like I know that she tries her best. Some days, I could go, a couple hours, maybe like 4 max. But she's probably done in like 2 hours or so, especially if it's a slow day. Like she puts forth her best effort to enjoy things that I enjoy. And like, let's say if I'm busy, I'm working from home now. So then she has her own projects that she's doing. So she puts forth her best effort to not really try to disturb me. If I'm doing my own thing, she wouldn't, necessarily try to interrupt me. She would carry on her own projects, and kind of do that for the day versus always nagging me or like trying to make me do things. So I can clearly see that she's
Valuing your time.
valuing what I see dear.
So what does my significant gal do that followed in my love language?
Your significant gal.
Yeah. I guess receiving gifts. I mean that's number one, but I feel like that doesn't count. I feel like that's not number one for me, because like Tuja says, like if I want something, I'm gonna get it myself. Because God hates me for that, because it'll become like Christmas or like my birthday and be like, oh, I want this, and then like early on in the relationship, I'm like, oh, I want this, and like a few days later, I got it, and then God was like, oh, like, why did you get it?
I was gonna get it.
Now you can get it for you.
Now you have 2.
So early on in the relationship, it was like that. So now I'm like pulling back, like, okay, I want this, but I'm waiting till after this day, my birthday, or
If it
something
doesn't happen, then I'm buying it.
Give them a chance to buy it.
Give them
If
the
not,
opportunity to
then
get it.
I'll get it myself, But really, words of affirmation is what I feel like is number one for me. Well, and the quality time. But Gao she shows that to me. She shows like, if like right now I'm trying to be healthy again. I'm trying to work out, so I'm exercising, and then sometimes I'll pose in front of the mirror. She's like, "Oh, you're so sexy." I'm
Hype
like,
man or hype
yeah,
woman.
she's my hype woman. I'm like, I'm like, I will pose and I
The
flex.
thing with the beard
Of course,
too.
she's lying to you though.
Yeah, so also I'm trying to grow my beard out, and sometimes she's like, "Oh, it's so sexy." She doesn't. Say
She's
it.
lying.
It doesn't matter, because it's
Not
what I
according to
want.
the
It's
comment.
what I want,
Yeah.
And she affirms it.
Yeah, she affirms it, So it'll be like, I'll work out and be like, "Oh, I'm so proud of you. You're working out. You're trying to be healthy." She says that, so yeah. So that's how she's meeting my love language. Because
But yeah, I do notice you're looking smaller though.
Yeah, you're looking great, dude.
slimming down.
Looking good. Man, yeah, I'd say pretty obvious too that she knows what my love language is.
Is it?
She knows. She knows. I think the one that she tries the best to meet is the quality time.
What?
The spending quality time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, yeah.
I thought
So,
you
his
speaking like
second.
katukat.
I mean,
Like, that's mom, right? I just heard that.
Is that a new word? I don't know.
Never heard. Yeah, well, I mean, like, I thought he kind of mumbled a mom word. I was like, what? I think I missed it.
but yeah, so I would like last summer and spring, well, even fall too. So like, I'm a big fisherman, right? I love to fish, and so like, she'd make the time to go with me all the time. She's my co-angler, She's my partner that in crime, right? So like, and like, I'm like super fanatic enthusiast, about like fishing, and so like, she'd always like wake up at like 4 a.m. with me, get ready. By 5 o'clock, we're out on the road. Be there by the lake at 6. Maybe even 5 some days, and would fish all the way to like 3.
The next day.
And then yeah. So some weekends were like that. Some weekends were like
Mille Lacs?
Saturday 6 till 3, and then Sunday 6 till 3. Some days were like that. So yeah, I'd say that's definitely something that she does to meet my love language. That's it for me.
Mine is acts of service. I guess just doing things to surprise me, like cooking. Like come home, whatever she cook, like something nice. Oh, Dad, I didn't expect you to do that. That's good fucking job. Love you. Like like maybe like when we're having sex, she doesn't like this position, but I like it, so she does it for me just because.
Acts of service.
She knows you like it.
Because she knows, like, and then of course I reciprocate too, because but it's like more like the nonverbal communication kind of thing. I think it's how it goes. Like we don't have to talk. We know.
The feel.
Yeah.
Just feeling,
Like I can read your mind. But we can just communicate through our thoughts because we know. But then of course if hers is different, then I would try to meet hers as well.
Right.
Cool.
For me, I think it's pretty simple. Being that my love language was affirmation, or words of affirmation. Simply, a simple "Hey, I love you," or "Good morning," or "Good night," or like "How are you doing?" Stuff like that. Like that makes my day. Honestly, like very small, simple stuff like that.
So easy.
Oh
Yeah, the communication. Right?
The communication.
So like the
small stuff
words,
like
like
that.
I'm guessing like small notes, like you go to work. There's a note right there. Say, "Oh, you have a good day."
Oh yeah, even
That's
small
crazy.
stuff like that.
I bet you that's probably worth more, right?
Heck yeah! Oh heck yeah! Like if
Toys.
there was a note on my door, on your car, on my car,
safe, baby?
yeah, I was like, oh my gosh, no.
Or like the right
But-
mirror, you take a shower, you see it right there.
Okay, maybe not that far, but
I'm ruining it for you.
but
In the mirror.
so yeah, so simple stuff like that. That I think that in the long run, if you continue to do that for me,
Goes a long way,
goes a
man.
long way. Heck yeah, a long way for me. Even when like we're 63, 65 years old and we're rocking our rocking chair, and you say something like that, like, "Hey, I love you, honey." Oh, I love you too, babe.
All right, cool.
Thank you guys for tuning in. Hopefully, you guys learned a little bit about the guys here at Real at Midnight.
You can connect with us on any of our social media platforms.
You can find us on Spotify, Google Podcasts, iTunes, and YouTube.
While you're at it, don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, and follow us.
Talk to you all soon.
See ya.